All right, so we're going to be doing the Margaret and Dazzle, the last scene when she finally ends the relationship with him. Kaeden, Nina, we're just going to do a soft read through. Don't try to act it. Let's just get the words into our bodies and see how it goes. Just a table read level. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I just want to switch
Ready?
to speaker view and okay, anytime.
Anyway, she prescribed medication, psychotherapy, and increased exercise.
They'll be suggesting giving up alcohol soon.
Giving up alcohol.
You could always just convert, come over to Rome.
Dazzle.
It's the only thing that's worked for me, lifted my spirits. Before I became Catholic, I attended church. After I converted, I found faith. The difference is night and day.
Now you're being evangelical.
I feel evangelical. It's not just the beauty, it's the rigor of the Catholic Church. It demands complete submission, which strong characters like mine, and I would suggest yours, ma'am, need. One cannot fully receive God until one has submitted to something larger. And the moment I did.
Don't tell me. The lights went on. You found happiness.
More than happiness, ecstasy, and the gloom we talked about so many times, the emptiness is gone.
How nice.
So come over.
I would, but in case you hadn't noticed, Dazzle, I've already submitted to something larger. The royal family of the United Kingdom. If I became Catholic, it would be a national scandal. There'd be talk of betrayal, second reformation. No, they'd make me give up my title and kick me out.
Would that be so bad? To free yourself once and for all, to find happiness.
It's who I am. I don't expect you to understand.
No, I don't understand. You've just discovered terrible things about your family, a system that ignored 5 members of its own to protect itself. Will that same system protect you? No. It doesn't protect anything except the center. Those away from the center.
But I am in the center. I am in the very center. I'm the queen's sister, daughter of a king emperor, and I will always be in the center. Now go, Dazzle. Back to your ecstatic new family, and I will struggle in mine. And I think it would be better if we don't see one another again. And if, should you ever find a moment, perhaps you'll pray for me.
I will, Your Royal Highness.
Okay. Hey, theater boy, that was some awesome stillness.
Thank you. I saw you drilling it in so much in the YouTube video. I really went for it.
that was some really good stillness. Yeah, fantastic place to start from. Yeah. Nina, quick couple of pronunciation notes. You said evangelical. It's evangelical.
Evangelical.
Okay.
Evangelical.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
And I think this was just a slip. What kind of scandal was it? Say it for me. What was the adjective to go with scandal? 3/4 of the way down the script. It would be what kind of scandal?
Scandal?
Yeah, you just read the line that has the word scandal in it. It's about 3/4 of the way down the script.
There is no scandal. There's a center.
No, a little later on. It would be
Oh yeah, right. Wait. It would be a national scandal.
Yeah, okay, it is your pronunciation. I wasn't sure if it was not national, national.
National scandal.
Yeah, national.
National.
Evangelical
Evangelical.
and national.
National.
Okay. Okay, so a good place to start from. We just getting it, starting to feel it. Now we're gonna raise the stakes a little. So Kaeden, you can assume that he's 4 or 5 gin and tonics or martinis in. Okay.
Is he a normal drinker?
He has a joie de vivre about him. This is what's so attractive about him to Margaret, that he can keep pace with her bon vivantness. Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's very Noel Coward like.
Okay. Yeah, I know Noel Coward.
Yeah, he's quick-witted. He's intelligent. He's well schooled. Obviously, if he's rubbing elbows with the royals. Okay, so he comes from all the right families. And one of the things that bonds the two of them together is alcohol. All right. So I'm not saying what you did was wrong. I wanted that perfect stillness to start, and now we're going to build on it. So you know the old theater exercise of placing your center of energy in the body.
Yeah.
I was taught one time to have that center of energy spinning around your head.
Ha! I've never heard about that.
To play
cool.
drunk.
Yeah.
Okay. And another thing about being drunk is you're trying not to be. Whenever do you drink?
Yeah, I've drinking.
Oh, when you're drunk, you're trying.
I pretended not to be drunk.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Drunk, who do you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, he's not overly drunk. He's not falling down. He's still quick-witted, but that alcohol is giving him the bravery that he needs to suggest. Think about this. It's the the people lost to Henry VIII, the Protestant, the Church of England, right? They've ever since Henry VIII, they've shunned Rome, right? There's been many wars fought over this sort of thing. And he's going to dare to suggest that a royal come back to the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
The stakes are high, right?
Okay.
So
yeah.
It's not a just off the cuff quit. Well, you could convert. You know, I mean, they're not that kind of monarchy anymore, but you have to know that you're risking your very head.
Yeah.
Okay. Thomas Aquinas, Cromwell, all those historical figures, you know, these are, you're right in there with them now.
So you would say that this is like risking his life. Like he might be killed for this one day, maybe?
You're not going to be taken to the Tower of London. Those days are gone.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not going to be put, you know, there's not going to be an executioner that comes up. She's not going to off with your head. That's not going to happen. But we want to raise the level of risk in the performance. We want to imagine that could be a consequence.
Yeah.
Okay? This is sedition. This is treason. You know, you're trying to usurp. Well, Henry VIII is what, 1400? So it's 600 years of royal tradition. So imagine it's that. You know, you're really so there's eggshells here, right? The cat is out of the bag too. This is the first. You have not been summoned to Margaret's side in quite a while since you've joined the church. This is your first time being summoned to her side, right? So the cat's out of the bag. The secret that you managed to so coyly keep from her is now out there. It's unspoken, but the secret about you being gay, about Dazzle being gay, that's out there.
Okay.
You don't talk about it, but you know, so there's that kind of air of relief now. Oh, I can be myself. I don't have to pretend to be a possible paramour. If only you weren't married and we would be together. You know, there's no more pretense.
Yeah.
So we don't want to rush this thing. There's lots of places where we can just let the scene sit there.
Okay. Yeah.
So look at your script and go and put in places to possibly catch your breath and think about what you're supposed to say next. Do you want to say it? Yeah. Nina, this is the biggest moment of the life that we've seen of Margaret in The Crown. Everything else has been somewhat superficial compared to now. I mean, she's had some great scenes with her sister where there's a lot of truth and depth in them, right? Remember what we said? She just found out that she's been kicked out of that circle of 13, right? So you're kind of lying to Dazzle when you say, but I am in the circle, that whole bit. And so it's, there could be a little bit of, how dare you? You find some different emotions in here, right? At first, when he first suggests it, well, you're taken aback. Let's find some layering in it. I want to leave it to you because I know that you've been working with me for 2 weeks and you're just trying to deliver us an even thing, which is good. But now you can let yourself fly a little more freely. Again, when we're going to read it through a little one more time straight through, I'm going to try and find places where I want to break it down and work on the beats. But you guys try and play with it as well. Okay, have a little more freedom to take bolder choices this time through. Any questions?
What kind of name is Dazzle?
It's a nickname. So
yeah, so he's sort of earned it with his personality.
Well, it's probably. Hang on. Oh, geez, I don't want to do that. Let's just Google it. It's probably a play on his Christian name.
Mm-hmm.
Dazzle Jennings. Derek.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, but that helps. It's a nickname.
Yeah. It's just a nickname.
And he says, "Your Royal Highness." That's like a goodbye, sort of, Your Royal Highness, right?
But I mean, it's dripping with innuendo.
Yeah. Okay.
You've been dismissed.
Yeah.
You've been told not to ever come back. She's broken up with you, not as a lover, as a friend, as a lifelong confidant. She's broken up with you. But then she throws you the bone of please pray for me. Right? So she's kind of giving you the upper hand. So that I want you to choose what kind of flavor to drip into that, Your Royal Highness. There's so much potential. It's not just a regular Your Highness and bowing out. It's charged full of intent and innuendo.
Okay. And regarding this like stillness,
I
mean, I'll just try it, but I feel like the more I characterize, the less stillness I'll have.
No, that's fine. That's fine. No. Don't worry about it. That's why I told you he's 4 or 5 martinis in.
Yeah.
When when the scene opens up, the two of them are lying on the couch as like lovers who might be talking post-coital or something. They're just lying on the couch chatting with each other. Well, he's lying.
Yeah. Okay.
She's at the piano.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, so he's very comfortable where he's at. I mean, if one day I hope to invite all you guys down to my place and we'll rent the room downstairs and put it up on its feet. And then we can move it around and do some blocking with it. But we're limited. I can't have you got earbuds in. So,
Yeah.
you know, just understand that working for the camera, every movement, every batted eyelash, every raised eyebrow, every pursed lip has meaning with the camera. That's why you start from stillness, and then anything that you do has to have intent.
Okay.
And we're going to be working on the scene for weeks to come. So
yeah,
we're just table reading, finding our feet, as it were, finding our face, as it were.
Okay. Okay.
All righty. Action.
Anyway, she prescribed medication, psychotherapy, and increased exercise.
They'll be giving up alcohol soon.
Giving up alcohol.
You could always just convert, come over to Rome.
Dazzle.
It's the only thing that worked for me. Lifted my spirits. Before I became Catholic, I attended church. After I converted, I found a faith. The difference is night and day.
Now you're being evangelical.
I feel evangelical. It's not just the beauty, it's the rigor of the Catholic Church. It demands complete submission, which strong, willful characters like mine, and I would suggest yours, ma'am, need.
Okay, let's stop there. Okay, so Nina, I see you starting to get a little playful.
Well, she is, no?
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Yeah,
Especially at the beginning.
That's a right idea. But it's friends playing. There's no more sexual attraction. It's just friends, right?
Hmm.
Kaeden, the first suggestion you could try converting is cheeky. But
cheeky.
As it's cheeky. It's like,
yeah.
It's almost like you're saying, well, we could try anal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that bold and cheeky kind of thing. So
and then later on he comes back with like the more serious one.
Oh, what
Come
do you
over.
say? It lifts my spirits, right? This is to him. It's like you're talking about a new lover.
Yeah. Okay.
There's an excitement to it. You're witnessing. And you're. What if you're successful in converting her?
Yeah.
Right? Just think of the feathers in your cap from the Pope if you convert a royal, an English royal. Right? You're on your way to the Vatican. You're going to be the Pope's right-hand man. Right? You'll be a I don't know anything about Catholicism really, but you're on the fast track to cardinalhood.
Okay.
Okay, and we also have to color it in with the zeal of the newly anointed. You know what I mean by that?
Like, my Catholicism is weak as well, so I don't know what that feels like.
Okay, but you do know, like you've been cast in a play before.
I have.
Excitement, the first play, you know, when you want to tell everybody about something that you've discovered. Maybe it's a product, a hair product. You like to do your hair. Maybe you found a new hair product.
No product, only conditioner. But yes, I talk about my hair all the time.
You know what I mean? The zeal of the newly anointed doesn't have to be about religion. Your zealousness of discovering something new. The patina hasn't worn off. It's still shiny and there's a shiny bauble that you're very excited about. And so you're testing the waters with the first foray, the first shot across your bow with you could convert. And if you didn't have the alcohol in you, you wouldn't have the courage to even suggest it. Right?
Yeah.
You're taking the relationship to a whole new level. And in fact, she does off with your head. She cancels the friendship at the end. So you risk everything and you lose.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you're going to lose. You can't, of course, at this point in the scene, you can't know that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But, you know, you are taking that risk. Maybe you do know that might happen. Right? So it's cheeky. It's like, I know I said we could try anal. It is kind of like that, you know. You can't be sexual with her. Right? So it's that level of cheekiness.
Okay.
And then, then it's like the passion that you have, it has changed your life. It's given your life meaning. And if you're going to convert her, if you have any chance of converting her, you have to show her that passion.
Okay.
You have to show her how it's changed your life.
Okay.
Okay, Nina, the opening bit about what is psychotherapy. Can you say that for me?
Psychotherapy.
That's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen the scene. She suggested medication. Ching! And she's touching the piano, hitting a note each time. She really wants to work on herself, but she has to put up that brave face of how nothing can affect her. Even though she really is changing all the shit in her life of recent, getting pushed out of the circle, discovering the cousins, the sickness, not able to drink. I think she's still drinking though.
She is.
Yeah,
I don't think she ever gave up.
She shouldn't be. I think it's liver cancer that she ultimately dies from too. I think it's the liver.
I don't think she ever gives up alcohol anyway.
Yeah. Or smoking. She smokes too.
Yeah, she smokes too. Yeah.
Okay, so so there's an aloofness to the opening of it, you know, like she told me to do this, she told me to do that, you know. And then what's the line after he says you could try converting? What's your line after
that? Don't tell me. The lights went on. You found happiness.
Yeah.
Before that?
Yeah.
Now you're being even
so
jealous?
You have to listen to what he said, right? A lot of Zoom is so difficult to pull this off. And you're not staring into each other's eyes. You're not in the same room, so it's hard to. Acting is 90% listening, 10% speaking. Think of it like a tennis match or a ping pong game. You can't. When you hit the ball, that's you serving, that's you speaking your lines. But you don't know where he's going to hit the ball to you, so you don't know how you're going to deliver your line.
Right.
So it's much more difficult doing it on Zoom that you're not in the same room. So you have to listen very closely to what he said. And like I was saying with Kaeden, the stakes are really high. He has suggested something shocking. Okay. And the friendship can the friendship survive this suggestion? Right? You don't shut him down right away. You're shocked by it. And if you had shut him down right away, he wouldn't have gone on to explain how it's changed his life, how he's become the rigor of it all has given him meaning, right? So you're taken aback by this bold suggestion. I don't know why I keep coming back to. He's just suggested that you do anal, for the first time. So.
No, but I think she doesn't take it seriously. As the same way she doesn't take her psychotherapy or whatever it is. She just like vents into her friend. She's like, well, then medication, psychotherapy, blah blah blah, and then he says things like that, and she's like, oh come on, like blah, and then halfway in, because he gets deeper and deeper into it, she feels like he is actually serious, like he is actually feeling this way.
Yeah, and you're gonna build to getting angry at him, but composed anger. And when you say she doesn't take it seriously, please tell me more about what you mean by that. She doesn't take what this. What do you
Well,
mean?
just like he just sort of, she speaks of her medication and things, and he speaks about like, come to Rome with me, like, yeah, go to, let's go to Hawaii tomorrow, this kind of thing. So she's like, yeah, like that's all what. And then he proceeds. So then she's like, you are now very evangelical. And then he doesn't take it as a joke. He takes it, I am, because it is the beauty of blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, really? Don't tell me, the lights went on and stuff. And then he keeps going. So then she's like,
Okay, back up.
in case you didn't notice, I am the head of the, I am the royal family here.
Yeah, no, there she's taking it very seriously. But there's our public face and our private face, right? Privately, I believe she's taking this all very to a point. I mean, but she continues to go to the therapy. She is shocked to her core by what's happened, the discovery of her cousins, right? Greatly relieved that because I mean, the most shocking thing was, is this going to happen to me? Is this something in the interbreeding of the bloodlines and stuff like that, right? And so she's greatly relieved. So privately, in her heart of hearts, she is taking it very seriously. But she's talking to Dazzle. She's got a public face, a friendship face, and we never show our friends the chinks in our armor. You've got the armor up. So to that, I agree. She's not taking it seriously, but it's a public. Oh, I'm fine. It's like, it's just a flesh wound, kind of, All right.
Mm-hmm.
Kaeden, anything?
Questions?
Yeah.
What do you mean, any what?
Any questions? Any thoughts? Or can we take another run at it?
Oh no, I think I'm ready to do some speaking.
All right, let's give it another shot.
Okay.
I won't stop you unless I really have to.
Okay.
All right. Oh.
No, wait.
I think he really is drunk.
Two method. I just tried to get.
It's upside down.
Thank you. Okay.
Anyway, she prescribed medication, psychotherapy, and increased exercise.
They'll be suggesting giving up alcohol soon.
Giving up alcohol.
You could always just convert, come over to Rome.
Dazzle.
It's the only thing that worked for me. Lifted my spirits. Before I became Catholic, I attended church. After I converted, I found faith. The difference is night and day.
Now you're being evangelical.
I feel evangelical. It's not just the beauty, it's the rigor of the Catholic Church. It demands complete submission, which strong, willful characters like mine, and I would suggest yours, ma'am, need. One cannot fully receive God until one has submitted to something larger. And the moment I did...
Don't tell me. The lights went on. You found happiness.
More than happiness. Ecstasy. And the gloom we talked about so many times. The emptiness is gone.
How nice.
So, come over.
I would. But in case you hadn't noticed, Dazzle, I've already submitted to something larger. The royal family of the United Kingdom. If I became Catholic, it would be a national scandal. They would talk of betrayal, second reformation. No, they would make me give up my title and kick me out.
Would that be so bad? To free yourself once and for all? To find happiness?
Why would I? The title, the seniority, the proximity to the crown is my happiness. It's who I am. I don't expect you to understand.
No, I don't understand. You've just discovered terrible things about your family, a system that ignored 5 members of its own to protect itself. Will that same system protect you? No, it doesn't protect anything except the center. Those away from the center, they...
But I am in the center. I am in the very center. I am the queen's sister, daughter to a king emperor, and I will always be in the center. Now go, Dazzle, back to your ecstatic new family, and I will struggle on in mine. And I think it would be better if we don't see one another again. And should you ever find a moment, perhaps you will pray for me.
I will, Your Royal Highness.
Wow. Lots of good stuff. How'd that feel, guys?
It's fun.
Yeah. Lots of good stuff there. Lots of good stuff. Something, Nina, we talked last week about your ing endings.
Something.
Yeah. So just quickly go through your script and highlight your ing endings, please.
Yes.
Ecstasy. Kaeden, when you say it's the ecstasy line, the word,
Yeah.
I think you can take a beat and search for that word a little.
Okay.
Give you built it up nicely that you earn the right to have a brief Pinterest pause in there as you search for the mot juste. Yeah.
The most beautiful word for it. Yeah.
Yeah. You can search for that word and then that will deliver the impact of it even more so if you have that light go on. I just found the perfect word. Ecstasy.
Yeah.
Okay. Would that be so bad? Okay, let's Nina.
Yeah.
You took off on the right trajectory to get angry. I think you chose the right moment to do that. It's pretty clear in the script when to do that. I think you can get sharper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's take it higher, the level, but at the same time, you're squashing it. You're a royal. You can't lose face. Anger. When we go over the top, we're definitely losing face, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to play with it, but I think you can raise it up turn the volume up a couple of notches on the emotion there.
So I start with why would I, or
I don't have the script in front of me because I'm working the camera. So let me just bring the script up. I can't stop doing that.
Yeah, I think it's not I am, but I am in the center.
Well, after he says, "No, I don't understand." Okay, I mean that's Dazzle's line there. No, I don't understand. You just discovered terrible things about your family. This is,
Right.
you've been risking your head more and more and more, and now you're being so blunt. That's your bluntest moment, right? It's accusatory, it's judgmental, and you have really overstepped your bounds, Kaeden, when you say this.
Yeah.
But
And
at
the
the same
more
time,
you overstep it, the more this is what I'm talking about, the ping pong game, the more it will feed Nina's Margaret when she says, "But I am the center. I am the very center." So that this is where we take off. This is where
But I think he gets really angry here too, because he was the one who took her to see those family members. And he was the one she vented to, saying like, look how they are treated. They are my relatives. So he does say this line because he was the one helping her to unravel all this history there. So that's why he's getting angry, because he's like, I was friend, I was there, I was listening to you ranting about this shit. And now she clips it right back and says like, well, I am a royal highness. Like, so like.
Well, he also has spoken the worst truth to you.
Yeah.
Goes away from the center. You've just been kicked out of the center.
So Dazzle knows this, right?
No, but Dazzle is only talking, the center is the queen.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Those away from the center is anybody that is not the queen in Dazzle's mind. But this resonates, strikes a harsh chord with Margaret, because to her, the center is the 13.
Yeah.
She has a different definition of the center.
Okay.
And so this cuts her more deeply than anything, even though he doesn't know that he cut her.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? I think what Dazzle means by the center is the queen herself. She is the center.
Yeah.
And it could be Philip. It could be Charles. They are away from the center. They do not matter. All that matters is Elizabeth.
Yeah.
That's Dazzle's meaning. But those words unintentionally cut Margaret the deepest, more than like you're already picking at her scabs with you've discovered terrible things about your family. You know, that's picking at the scab, but then you find a scab that you did not know existed, and that cuts her the deepest. So that drives Margaret in, but I am the center. You cut him off. You cannot let a pause happen there. See in the script, it says, those away from the center, ... That implies that he has more to say, but you have to cut him off. Yeah. Right? So, Dazzle, what would he continue to, when we as actors, when we're getting cut off and the playwright hasn't given us the rest of the line, he's just given us a ... We have to know what that rest of the sentence is going to say, and we have to learn it that way and leave it up to our acting partner to cut us off in time.
Yeah.
So if those away from the center just don't matter. Are
don't
not
matter.
protected. They get something that you would keep going with, and through rehearsal, if you get those even a syllable of those extra lines out, it's gonna. The actor playing Margaret's going to realize, oh, I got to pick up my cue quicker.
Yeah.
So the word those away from the center, that cuts you deep and you snap in, Nina. But I am the center. And then you can explain, you can read him the riot act now.
Okay.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, Nina, there's lots of nuance in this section.
Yeah.
Okay, so and I will always be the center. Are you? Do you have your? I see you're here in the script. So I'm gonna watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna break it up.
Okay.
This means you can take your time here.
Okay.
Okay, so these lines here, but I am the center, I'm the very center, I'm the queen's sister, daughter to a king emperor, and I always will be the center. That's snappish. That's bang, shut them down. Then you can pause. Because now you're about to do the hardest thing you've ever done. You are going to end the friendship. Right? So I like I asked Kaeden to search for the word ecstatic. If you come in hot with "but I am the center," you will earn the right to pause. Let that sit there. You have insulted me. I'm gonna just let it sit there. Let the tension hang in the room until you feel that he's gotten your message. And then, and only then, will you improve on the silence by speaking. Now go, Dazzle. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to pull this part back up. And then here we earn another pause.
Mm.
And I will struggle on in mine. Again, if you deliver that right, you can earn the pause. Let that hang in there. You know, you're being very dismissive now. And then the coup de grace, I think it would be better if we don't see one another again. Then let him, you know, that's going to humble him. If you say it right, you're kicking him in the balls there. And then you offer a word of kindness, a parting word of kindness. Pray you're throwing him a bone by saying, perhaps you will pray for me. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's lots of pauses in there. I've broken up the script a little. Okay. Your Royal Highness. Actually, I'm going to break that up for you, Kaeden.
Yeah.
You were going for something there. I think we can go more. Give me more with your Royal Highness.
Yeah.
Okay. You. It's a Pyrrhic victory. You know what I mean by that?
I know a Pyrrhic victory, but I don't see the victory.
Well, that she has said, "Pray for me." That's a consent.
Okay.
That's a consent to you, right? Oh,
is that a little bit of like, I accept your Catholicism? Like, you haven't converted me, but
she might be throwing you a bone, but you're going to take this bone.
Okay.
I will. Yes, of course I will. And then your Royal Highness, false bravado. Maybe you think you've got the upper hand, even though you've been dismissed, that the friendship is over. You're done with her. You're never going to sip tea from the royal china again. Right?
Okay.
There could be, I don't know. There's lots of ways to go. When you watch back the video, you'll see that you made some choices. They're good. Just explore other choices. I think this last, we're going to get a curtain on the scene here, right? So
yeah,
this is the last line of the scene. So
earlier, Nina was talking about the anchor that Dazzle might have, and I was kind of craving that or missing that, and like, where, like, if we're friends, if I care about her, I want to convert her. Where is that anger?
Yeah,
like,
okay, good. Where
is
do you
it?
think?
And I think I'm finding it. Like,
Yeah,
Nina said that he was there. He helped with the finding of the 5 members. Like,
yeah.
So it is like, how could she still be with the family?
No, I don't understand. That's those lines there. That's where the pace picks up. That's where you are your most emboldened.
Most honest. This is, you finally honestly tell her, like, how could you? You're struggling in this family. You keep telling me that you struggle a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to take a quick buzz through it and see if there's anything else. Really, your first line, they'll be suggesting giving up alcohol soon. This is This is what I'm talking about. Is Noel Coward-esque, Oscar Wilde-ish.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
They're suggesting giving up alcohol soon.
Exactly. Campy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. This is the playful banter that you've had since you guys were in school. Let's imagine, I don't know how far back their relationship goes, but let's imagine it's since Eton or wherever you went to school, right? Your old school friends. You've had a lifelong friendship, and and that banter that comes from knowing somebody so emotionally intimately, right?
Now, this line.
And then, Margaret, you would scoff at that suggestion. It's a laugh line. The audience will laugh at this because we know what kind of pain you're in. That you're sick with cancer and giving up alcohol. Cancer, liver cancer is not going to make me do it. It's a laugh line. So, the more scoffing, and then Let's let it hang there. Maybe even laugh a little.
Haha.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then you cheekily go into your pitch.
Yeah.
Your
So
pitch.
Dazzle's decided to make this pitch yesterday, a week ago, like when he got the invite.
Make this pitch since the day he prostrated and became ordained.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like religious people live to convert other people, right? You want to pray for us and save us and blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying anything here. I was talking with the ladies earlier about how crazy it is that I'm picking such religious scenes because I'm such an atheist.
Oh, there's a reason for everything.
Yeah, I'm trying not to let my atheism bleed through here.
Not about you, Stu. It's not about you.
I know. It's in Lady the Butterfly, I play a missionary. Right?
See,
I might
that happened.
I might cut out for a second. Just a warning. I might cut out.
Do you need a break? I could use a bathroom break, actually. Can we take 5?
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, bathroom breaks. Great. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's take 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay.
Pause the recording.
My data before. Now I'm back on my Wi-Fi, so hopefully it holds up.
It's actually been doing pretty good. So see how it goes. Okay, I think that's enough notes for we can take another stab at this.
Okay.
Anyway, she prescribed medication, psychotherapy, and increased exercise.
They'll be suggesting giving up alcohol soon.
Giving up alcohol.
You could always just convert, come over to Rome.
Dazzle.
It's the only thing that's lifted my spirits. It's worked for me, lifted my spirits. Before I became Catholic, I attended church. And after I converted, I found faith. The difference is night and day.
Now you're being evangelical.
I feel evangelical. It's not just the beauty, it's the rigor of the Catholic Church. It demands complete submission, which strong, willful characters like mine, and I would suggest yours, ma'am, need. One cannot fully receive God until one has submitted to something larger. And the moment I did,
Don't tell me. The lights went on. You found happiness.
More than happiness. Ecstasy. And the gloom we talked about so many times. The emptiness is gone.
How nice.
So come over.
I would. But in case you hadn't noticed, Dazzle, I've already submitted to something larger. The royal family of the United Kingdom. If I became Catholic, it would be a national scandal. There'd be talk of betrayal, second reformation. No, it would make me give up my title and kick me out.
Would that be so bad? To free yourself? To finally find happiness?
Why would I? The title, the seniority, the proximity to the crown is my happiness. It's who I am. I don't expect you to understand.
No, I don't understand. You've just discovered terrible things about your family. A system that ignored 5 members of its own to protect itself. Will that same system protect you? No. It doesn't protect anything except the center. And those away from the center, they...
But I am in the center. I am in the very center. I am the queen's sister, daughter to King Emperor, and I will always be in the center. Now go, Dazzle. Back to your ecstatic new family. And I will struggle on in mine. And I think it would be better if we don't see one another again. And should you ever find a moment, perhaps you would pray for me.
I will, Your Royal Highness.
How'd that sound? Yeah, my wife's listening over on the side here. Wow.
Oh, hello.
Oh, wow. Brian Smith, one of my favorite acting teachers at the University of Calgary, used to say that the only way to earn an A from him was if you could make the hair on the back of his neck stand up.
Yeah.
We both just got an A. That was fantastic.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Really good, really good. Okay. That said, just a couple of quick notes, but we're going to leave it there. Let me just go back to the script here. Yeah, the intention, everything was really beautiful. The beginning, the playfulness, Margaret wanting to stay playful with him until he pushes you too far. Really, really good stuff. Quickly, ma'am. It's odd that you would call your friend ma'am, right?
Yeah.
But that's what you have to do. There's a fantastic scene when Diana is first introduced to everybody, and she's a fish out of water. So there's so much protocol about who you bow to, how you refer to them, what order you bow to. They're all standing, the 13 of them in this big circle, and she's brought into the room, and they pointing to the next person, and so this protocol, and it's just become part of your life. So, but it's still strange to call your best friend ma'am, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's pronounced ma'am rhymes with ham. I don't know how. That's something they say in the show. So just so you know, it's not mom. Ma'am rhymes with ham.
I don't know what I said, but it was probably by accident.
Either, but just so
ma'am.
You know.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am rhymes with ham.
Okay.
The ecstasy line was beautiful. Really, really good.
Okay. Thank you.
Jumping in with the would that be so bad? Oh yeah, it was really fantastic.
Thank you.
The no, I don't understand. Yes. And then Margaret snapping in there with the but I am the center. You really earn the pause between and I will always be the center and now
Yes.
Go Dazzle. You really earned that pause. It was the perfect length of time. Then you earned the pause again between I will struggle on in mine. Yes, I felt the sarcasm. Struggle on. It's funny, right? That you're a royal, you know.
But she
no
is struggling. Like Charles is struggling. They're all struggling, yeah.
Yeah, it's similar to what Elizabeth says to Charles last week, right? In the monologue.
Yeah.
You're not struggling, right? So it's sarcasm. I will struggle on in mine, and I got that. And then you took a little bit of a pause, but you earned a longer pause. And you remember, don't be afraid to be still, to be silent. you could have let that hang a little bit longer.
Right.
Likewise, the next one between don't see one another again and should you ever find a moment, perhaps you will pray for me. Again, you earned a longer pause. Okay, so take your time. Even the last line, and ... should you ever ... find a moment ... perhaps you will pray for me. There's 1, 2, 3 pauses in there.
Yeah.
Okay, read up on some. There's a famous British playwright named Harold Pinter, Pinter.
Oh, really? Tell me more.
Do you know about Pinter?
I went to all.
Fantastic with me.
No, I'm not messing with you. This Harold Pinter's play.
I wasn't looking at the.
Sorry, I went all the way to London to see Betrayal.
Oh, okay.
At Harold Pinter's theater.
Okay.
Pinter on Pinter. So please do tell me all
This
about
happens
Pinter's
to happen.
pauses and Pinter's.
Well, do you know what a Pinter pause is?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's what these are. These are Pinter pauses. I studied it a million years ago, so I can't recite it by rote. But there are apparently, if I recall correctly, there are 5 types of Pinter pauses. I'm sure if you Google the Pinter pause, you'll find lots of them.
I know about 2. I know about pause and the silence.
And ... is another kind of pause.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So anyway, you can take twice as much time. I'm being, I don't know, actual time, but it'll seem a lot longer. You, especially seeing as you came in so hard and so beautifully with the anger. That, and this is, again, we're going to the curtain of the scene. We can let it hang in there. Don't be afraid to have more silence in there. Okay? Lots more. It was really good. And the Your Royal Highness was a very interesting choice.
Yeah, I loved I Will, and I just couldn't think of Your Royal Highness.
No, it was good. I'd want to see it a few more times up on its feet, but it definitely gave your director something to work with. So,
oh,
yeah, no, it was very good, very good. Yeah, I was too enwrapped by what you guys were doing to take any notes. I'm just trying to remember what I heard. So, yeah, no, fantastic. I think we can leave it there for now, and we'll come back to it next week. So, and also, work with Cleo on it as well, and get a different ping pong partner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's take a crack at the Philip monologue.
Okay.
So Nina, do you know what he's doing here?
Which one?
I don't know if I shared it with you or if I just shared it with Kaeden.
Yeah, could you?
Anyway, so before we start, Kaeden, who is he talking to?
He is talking to students or something equivalent to students.
Please, I don't have anything. Could you put it in with all the scripts?
Here, let me just make sure it's shared. Oh, I keep minimizing, but I'm recording, so it says you can't do that. Philip, clergy, share. Oh, okay. I'm going to share it with you now, Nina.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, I've got you as an editor. Don't change anything, please.
No, I won't. Try my best. I'll try my best not to change it.
Yeah, don't edit anything. Okay, so he is talking. The beginning of this episode is a very kind of, it seems like a very inconsequential remark from Elizabeth to Philip. Philip is, of course, Elizabeth's husband, Prince Philip, right?
Okay.
And she reminds him that church on Sunday is going to be at a different time. It's
Okay.
like just like why do they have this line in here about a scheduling thing, right?
Yeah.
But it actually is the kickoff, the puck drop for the entire episode. The clergyman that serves the royal family has been doing so for 1,000 years. It's this one. He's really old, doddering old fool, boring, can't remember his sermons, and Philip just is totally disillusioned by it all. And so they go and they find a replacement for this guy, a young up and coming minister. Remember, they are Protestants, not Catholics, right? So this minister comes in and he's got lots of new ideas, and he approaches Philip one day and asks about some cabins, some properties somewhere on the lands of of Windsor Castle that are not being used, and he asks if he could use them to create a retreat for clergymen that are losing their faith, that are disillusioned, that don't know how to find that ecstasy that Dazzle spoke about, right? Because it's the 80s. Oh, this is called Moonshot, this episode. So it's also centered around the landing on the moon. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Yeah.
Right? And we have it's all centered on Philip and how, as you know, he's married to the queen and he has no real power. He is a man. He wants to be a man of action. He wants to be a man of consequence. And we see him giving speeches to christening new tire factories and stuff. He's just doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, Nina. I'll try to help you. Sorry, Nina. I shared it with your Yahoo account, Nina.
Okay, I will check that.
I'll see if I have the other.
Continue.
Yeah, I only have Nina Teacher at yahoo.com. So.
Okay, let me check here. Because yeah, so we share on Docs and then they just come straight to Docs, but this one is not. So
yeah. Remind me at the end of the class, I'll just share the whole folder with you guys. That way, anything I put in there will be automatically shared with you.
I didn't get anything on my Yahoo.
Here, let me try just giving you the in the Zoom chat.
Okay.
Hang on. So many buttons to click. Chat. I'll put the link. See if that, and that you might have to ask for permission. See how that works. And while you're toying with that, I'll keep talking to Kaeden about what's going on here. So he's doing these perfunctory christenings and dry speeches, and of course they said it in the pouring rain, and meanwhile, the whole family is gathering to watch the Apollo 11. I forget what it was, but the launch, the blast off, whatever they call it, and then the landing, and you actually see him shed a tear at one point. He's so moved by what's happening on the moon.
Yeah.
Right. And we have a scene where he's also a pilot, and so, but he's sitting in the co-pilot seat, and they're flying a pretty nice jet. And he asks the pilot if he could take over the controls. And of course, the pilot says, "All yours, Your Highness." And he just starts to climb. And taking it well beyond the limits in the book about how high this aircraft could fly. He's trying to hit space, right? He's risking his life and everything. And he really wants to find purpose. He has no purpose. This has been a theme throughout, even in the season 1 and 2, when it was a different actor playing the younger Philip. He's a toothless lion. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then this new minister approaches him about setting up a retreat on the grounds of Windsor Castle or Balmoral or one of their castles, I'm not sure where. And then he's about to go for a drive, and the same minister asks him to come and meet a bunch of these disillusioned priests and maybe give them a word of inspiration. And he hums and haws, but he acquiesces and he goes into this cabin to sit and listen to these priests whine and complain and whinge about not being able to reach their flock. Okay, and the first thing he notices, your question to me when I first gave you the speech, first thing he notices is all their muddy boots just scattered around the foyer of this cabin. And there's, I don't know, 10 or 12 priests. They're all sitting in a semicircle. And they talk about all their complaining and how they can't find that ecstasy from it anymore and stuff like that. And then the main guy turns to Philip and says, well, what do you think? And he lets them know what he thinks. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, this is where the stillness really comes in. He's not drunk dancing. Very different character.
Yeah.
He's wearing a beautiful bespoke suit. He talks. The Tobias Menzies, the actor playing him, really is nailing the accent. It's funny because I don't normally hear Canadian accents, but I'm certainly hearing it from you. And we've been watching How I Met Your Mother, and one of the characters is Canadian. And when they tease her, they overdo the hoot and the boot.
Oh, yeah.
But right there, yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're so Albertan, it's like.
Yeah.
And when you first started working on the scene, you were holding your mouth very tight. But as we started to find emotion in it, you started to loosen up. Right?
Yeah.
Bring back that tightness now.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. There are. I watched this scene very closely, and he does make some hand movements, like when he talks about the men up there. He's talking about the spacemen.
Yeah.
But it's very deliberate in every movement that he makes. Okay.
Yeah.
Like think of like the Queen's wave, right?
Yeah.
Everything has intention. You don't have to find any movement in it now. We're just going to read through it and see how it goes. Nina, did you get on the script? Yeah, she's in there. Okay, good.
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
Sorry.
All right. So just a run through and see how it goes.
Okay.
Did you freeze?
No. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you what I think. I've never heard such a load of pretentious, self-piteous nonsense. What you lot need to do is to get off your backsides, get out into the world, and bloody well do something. That is why you're all so lost. I believe that there is an imperative within a man, all men, to leave a mark. Action is what defines us. Action, not suffering. All this sitting around thinking and talking. Let me ask you this. Do you think those astronauts up there are catatonic like you lot? Of course not. They're too busy achieving something spectacular. And as a result, they are at one with the world, at one with their God, and happy. That's my advice. Model yourselves on men of action, like Armstrong, Aldrin, Collins. I mean, these men score A triple plus. They've got the answers, not a bunch of navel-gazing underachievers infecting one another with gaseous doom. If you do opt for action, you can start by cleaning this bloody floor.
Okay. Good start. Gaseous.
Gaseous, yeah.
Gaseous.
Okay.
Okay, I think here's where we want you to try and, I'm talking to the royal we here. I'd like you to try and start playing with a British accent. This is an ideal one to start trying. Have you
Okay.
done? Okay, just try it. I mean, it's going to be like if it was me, it would be god awful and cringy. But let's just try it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take twice the time with this.
Okay.
Okay, if that was 30 seconds, it should be 70 seconds long.
Okay.
Okay. Lots of intent and meaning behind each and every word. Each word is chosen from the tree to be the most beautiful fruit on that vocabulary tree. Okay.
Okay.
Measured. The AAA or A, what is it? AAA?
A triple plus.
A triple plus. One of the priests earlier talks about how he gives himself a grade, and he gave himself a C or something. So that's what he's referring to. He's calling back something that one of the priests earlier had said. The wonderment and awe when you talk about Collins and Aldrin and Neil Armstrong. I mean, I remember watching this. That's how old I am.
Oh wow.
So yeah, there's much more range that you can play with here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You have utter contempt for these men, and you can let it show, but you have to, again, still maintain that dignity of who you are. You are the husband of the queen. You're the second, even though you're a toothless lion, you are the second most powerful man in. And I mean, you've seen it was the British Empire. She became queen just after World War II, right? And they were married right around this time. So the empire is not what it was prior to World War One. Right? For 300, 400, 500 years, the British Empire ruled the world, ruled the seas. Right? Again, imagine it's like being the first lady in American politics, right?
Yeah.
You're the Melania Trump. Okay. But unlike Melania Trump, you have potential. You're an intelligent. You're a soldier.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So yes, so that stiffness of being a soldier is there.
The discipline. Yeah.
Yes, the discipline. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So let's take another shot at it and just
What?
take your time.
Slow. Yeah. What British accent?
If you're not comfortable with it, that's fine. I don't want it to pull away. Fuck the accent. Let's work on the truth.
I do want to try. I do want to try because I think it will maybe help with the different character.
I think maybe what we'll do is hang on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share my screen. We'll pop open
Oh wow.
Netflix.
I've never zoomed before. This is my first zoom.
I know, it's pretty amazing, right?
It's quite something.
You're gonna watch. I'm gonna show you the scene.
We could just watch The Crown right now. That's great.
We're going to. Here we are.
Oh, we're gonna watch the scene?
Yeah. I want just a couple of minutes of it. I want you to hear the voice.
Yeah. I don't want to steal too much.
No, I just want you to hear his accent.
Okay.
That's him right there. You see how he's sitting, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sharing sound, am I? I forgot to click sound.
No, I'm getting.
Hang on. You can share it with sound. it up a little. There we go.
Rural parish with a dwindling congregation, lowering attendance.
Right. And this has left you with a sense of disappointment, of underachievement and directionlessness.
Oh, yes.
That sense of directionlessness and redundancy is, well, it's something that chimed with one or two others here.
Because of how the public has turned away from us, turned away from the church. It's clear we are failing to connect with people.
See how
More and more people are finding their spiritual needs being met elsewhere.
Where, for example?
The moon.
The moon, yes, sir. 500 million people watched the lunar landing.
Yes.
500 million people getting from televisions what they used to get from the church. A sense of coming together, a sense of community, of awe, of wonder. Well, that was part of a wider shift too, we agreed, from religion to science.
The greater the achievements in science, the more mysteries are explained, the more questions are answered, the less need there is for a God to provide answers.
I'm reminded of Keats. What is there in thee, moon, that thou shouldst move my heart so potently? Now we know what the moon is. Nothing. Just dust. Silence. Monochromatic void. We see no God behind those rocks and space dust, simply an unknowable vastness. When I consider thy heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon and the stars that thou hast ordained, what is man that thou art mindful of him, and the Son of Man that thou visitest him? Any thoughts, sir?
Me? I'll tell you what I think. I've never heard such a load of pretentious, self-piteous nonsense. What you lot need to do is to get off your backsides, get out into the world, and bloody well do something. That is why you're all so lost.
That's why you're all so lost.
I believe that there is an imperative.
I believe that there
That's
is
all
an
I'm going to show you. I believe there is an imperative.
Okay.
You see, all very frontal, yes.
I'll tell you what I mean. I'll tell you what I think. Very front, right in the front, yes.
Oh, yes. Hardly
I'll
moving
try-
as close as top. And one of the things that we learned was
tell you what I
whenever they say yes,
I'll tell you what I think. I've never heard
it's
such a-
spelled,
Yes.
they were taught this by their dialogue coach.
Yes.
E-A-R-S.
Yes.
Is, ears. right?
Yes.
Is.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, is.
Yes. Is.
So it's
Ears.
very
Ears.
frontal.
Ears. Wow, that's weird. Yeah, ears.
Yes, yeah.
Ears.
Weird, I was like, oh, that works. Yeah.
It just works, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I think.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop the
Okay.
share. Bring it back to full screen. So yeah, you see his growing agitation, and still
Yeah.
right, all in the way he clenches his jaw or raises an eyebrow, right?
Yeah.
And then I listened to this punk band from England called the Sleaford Mods, and I just you want me to tell you what I think about you, cunt? I don't think it'd be a very good idea. I can't. This is what I keep hearing when. Oh, be careful of what you ask for. Any thoughts, sir? So I'll feed you the line.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Any thoughts, sir?
I'll tell you what I think. I've never heard such a load of pretentious, self-piteous nonsense. What you lot need to do is to get off your backsides, get out into the world, and bloody well do something. That is why you're all so lost. I believe there is an imperative within a man, all men, to leave a mark. Action is what defines us. Action, not suffering. All this sitting around, thinking and talking. Let me ask you this. Do you think those astronauts up there are catatonic like you lot? Of course not. They are too busy achieving something spectacular. And as a result, they are at one with the world, at one with their God, and happy. That's my advice. Model yourselves on men of action, like Armstrong, Aldrin, Collins. I mean, these men score a triple plus. They've got the answers. Not a bunch of navel-gazing underachievers infecting one another with gaseous doom. If you do opt for action, you can start by cleaning this bloody floor.
Yeah, good. Let me look at I want to look at the script here. Make sure I got the right spot. They are too busy achieving something spectacular.
Yeah?
When you look back on the video, you're going to see your Alberta something. Something.
Okay.
Okay.
Something.
Yeah, and this is less me being a director and more 20 years of being an English teacher. I'm really picky about pronunciation.
Okay.
Where was this?
Something spectacular.
Do you think those astronauts up there are catatonic like you lot? Okay, so one of the things he would have studied is rhetoric. And this is a rhetorical question.
Okay.
The study of rhetoric is a debate technique. It's a way of winning arguments using rhetorical questions. And it is an art form.
Yeah.
So I think, again, I'll just pop a pause in there. And, you know, you can always copy this script to your own Google Drive and play with it and put notes on it all you want, right? We're going to be working on this.
Yeah.
Although it's already in pretty damp shape, we can take it further and break it up. But again, like you can if you deliver the rhetoric properly,
Yeah.
you can let it hang there. Let them think about it for a second. Okay. And then,
Yeah.
You know, and they're struggling to answer, and then you silly billies. Of course not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so like in my understanding, a rhetorical question, it's not a question. So he doesn't expect an answer.
A rhetorical question has but one answer. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
And the answer is no, they are not sitting up there catatonic, right?
Yeah.
So if you're trying to win an argument, you use rhetoric to make them see the point. So when they consider the answer to the question, they realize there's only one answer, and that's how you break through the cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is he maybe he doesn't expect an answer, but maybe like a good man would answer, of course not? Or so is he just sort of like, of course not, like, look at you.
Well,
can't
I mean,
even
if
answer this question.
He's proving his point by asking this question, right? He's saying you lot are sitting around here, catatonic, navel gazing, whining, whinging, belly aching, right? Do you
And
think?
then they respond by being catatonic a bit.
Yeah. You know, and it's like, oh, science is taking away our glory and awe of the church once held. That was the right of the church, and now science is disproving it for us. Alas, us. And he's just like, so he's proving his point by using rhetoric.
Yeah.
And it is. I mean, we don't study it at university. Unless, I mean, if you were in a debate club or something in high school, maybe you would have encountered this. But it was actually a subject taught in the days of old. They would teach rhetoric. I mean, going back to the Greeks in classic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like in when he was a kid, did they teach him rhetoric?
Yes, he would have. They would. His education would have included courses in rhetoric.
Yeah.
Or seminars or sessions or something, right? Or lessons in rhetoric. But probably more likely courses. Okay, it is a style of argument.
Yeah.
Very effective too. It's very effective if you can turn your point into a rhetorical question. It leaves but one answer, right? That breaks through the cacophony of somebody's cognitive dissonance and helps them find the clarity and eventually agree with you, right? You can, how you win people over to your side, your way of seeing things. So yeah, when you're analyzing a script, these are the type of things that you should be looking for. Yeah. So that you're getting a nice. The diction is beautiful. I think you can push yourself. Like rehearse it this week and start playing with the English accent. This is a really good one because I think the upper crust accent, the Queen's English is a much easier accent to do. Yes, than trying.
Well, I have a Cockney, but it's pretty sloppy.
Yeah, but that's hard to do, or do a Scouser or something like that, or like Liverpool Scouser, right? John Lennon. How did you find America?
Really, like, the upper class is just enunciating.
Yes, but I mean, it's what we call the Queen's English or old school English. But if you watch the interviews with Olivia Colman and Helena Bonham Carter on something like the Graham Norton show, they talk about how the Royals have an even higher standard for pronunciation. Oxford and Cambridges and the Eatons and the old school type. So
it is,
yes, but don't, like, you're pretty close to the truth here. I mean, there's lots of stuff to play with. I think this is it'll hold you well when you get out auditioning for things. When people say they're looking for a British accent, you say, "Oh yes, I can do one." And you go, a lot of times they can't tell a British accent from an Australian accent in auditions and for commercials and television in Taiwan. But you know, I got a Russian part one time. I auditioned with a bunch of Russians and I got the part, and I had to learn my lines in Russian. Right?
In Russian. Oh wow.
How was that, Nina?
Yeah.
Nina, are you there?
Yeah, that made no sense too. I have no idea.
What?
No idea.
Okay, so I learned all these lines in Russian, and then we do the commercial, and then they sit me down and they have me record the lines into a tape recorder over and over again. And
then they take you over. I bet they did.
They just dub over me. But,
obviously, because you make no sense. I have no idea what you say. I can tell you something.
That's funny.
En l'entrée, comme te la passé. How does that sound like?
Say that again.
Pan l'entrée, comme te la passé.
Sounds French, but I
exactly,
speak.
But it's Ukrainian. So it sounds like, but it isn't.
Oh.
So you make sounds, but you don't make sense.
Do you speak Russian?
I do.
Okay. Hang on.
You?
Do you speak Ukrainian?
Some of it. Belarusian is close. Like our language is a mixture of Polish, Ukrainian, and Russian all together. So we understand three of them, and they understand us. But if if a foreigner would learn Russian per se, and I would switch to Belarusian, they wouldn't understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So
Here it
what did you say, Stu? You don't want to repeat that again with your Russian accent?
This is me speaking Russian.
Right. That's not you
The
speaking.
Subway commercial.
Yeah.
Почему не драем?
比6克还轻，给你最 light 的美味。
What?
Is he saying почему не драем?
I don't know. I can't remember. This is 10 years ago or something like that. And but my Russian friend Stas
Yeah.
said I nailed it. So he was the one that taught me how to say it. So
Okay. Maybe you nailed it at the time. I couldn't understand what you just said.
yeah, because they have all this beeping and everything going on over top of it. So I also have to do German for one. Is that here? Yeah, this one.
Did you actually speak German?
I had a lot of lines in German, and again, they just dump right over top of it.
We're ready to try this car here. Make sure the data is In Ausgleich hat den Höchststandard 99,98%. So, das neue ATC-System kann nur auch in Taiwan.
最精准的计程系统，更安心的国道环境，敬请支持全面。
European languages.
Amazing.
I mean, so they'll cast you on stuff, and if you get the lines, you'll find some expat that speaks the language and can help train you on how to say it properly, right? So.
Yeah, and then
But a British accent is often called for. So when you get it, you should have an agent by now, right? Do you have one, Kaeden?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
So you should go talk to Pony. I'll send you her link.
Oh, I act for fun. Maybe I'll get an agent.
Shit, man! It's a good part-time job, and sometimes it can pay
Yeah.
really well. You can go on a set for 8 hours and make 25 grand.
I'm out of Taipei. I would only be able to come up Saturday, Sunday. Do you think
Where are
that's, manageable? I'm in Tofin. It's like
Oh, I
2
know.
hours bus.
Okay, by Waiao. By Waiao, right? By the
I
beach?
don't know why. It's Sinju, pretty much Sinju.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different place then. So, well, no, I mean every job is different, so you can't say it would work. You just what it is you the best acting you'll do in a commercial is calling your school and going, I don't think I should come in today. That's the best acting you'll do.
there's Line Messenger for this now, so you don't even need to call. You just send a message.
Nah. My manager's pretty chill, actually. I'd just be like, yo, I landed a part. Can I have Friday off?
Oh, there
She'll
you go.
probably give me the day off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you working for? What school?
I'm at a Shane school.
Okay.
And I know they have a terrible reputation. Every one of my coworkers, like who trained with me, is gone. They quit. But I think I got lucky. It's a franchise. So